Most estate cars are filled with children and groceries. This one is filled with carbon fiber and horsepower. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video of GP Products, the performance company. And as you might have already seen from the intro shots, I am in a G81 M3 Touring, and this is the first one we have on our channel. And it's a very popular car, but we don't see them a lot on our channel. But when we do, we make sure it's an incredible piece of kit. Now this thing is dripping in GP Products options, so it's a perfect car to film a video with. When talking about the M3, it's only right if we talk about the rich history of the M3. And actually, if we go back into the timeline, we might have to thank Mercedes for the creation of the M3. Because back in the early 80s, they created the 190e, which dominated on track in DTM. And BMW, they had to do something to counteract this. So they ordered their M division to make something that could compete with the 190e. And that's when the M3 was created. Now at first they wanted to put a 6-cylinder in this car, the 6-cylinder from the M1, but that was too heavy and just too big to fit in this car. So they made a 4-cylinder, a 200 horsepower 4-cylinder to fit in the E30 M3. Now overall this car was quite simple. No really special pieces of kit, no bells and whistles. It was quite a simple car, but it worked majestically. Then the next generation was the E36 M3. Now that car from the get-go was always designed and was always built with the idea of making an M3 out of it. And you could see that. That car was put together way better. It was much more of a whole. The interior, the engine, it had a 6-cylinder. So overall, very cool car, but not my favorite. But then the next generation, that's where the real magic started to happen for me. The E46 BMW M3. To many, the best M car, and to many also the best sports car ever made. You have to agree with me, the proportions of this car, they're perfect. The wheel fitment, the stance, the aggressiveness, how powerful it looks, it's just an insane looking car. Also 6-cylinder, 300 plus horsepower, big power for big smiles on your face when you're driving that. But then the car industry went a little bit mental. The E90 and E92 was created with a massive V8. That to me is the perfect M3. It's so good looking. If you look at it, it looks muscular. It has those pumped up shoulders like it just came back from the gym. The wheel setup as well. Now one thing BMW can do is make beautiful wheels. So on every M3 model, the wheels are just perfect. And the E90 and E92, that's my favorite generation. Now after the car industry had gone mad in that era, they had to focus on efficiency more. And that's when the S55 engine was created for the F80 M3. That was the first twin-turbo 6-cylinder to put in an M3. It was a very cool car, a favorite to many, very well balanced, very slick and timeless design. I actually love that car as well. And then the controversy hit a little bit. The G80 was created, and when we saw it for the first time, we were a bit like, what's going on with the front? What's up with these massive Bugs Bunny looking teeth of a grille? It looked a bit strange, but fast forward to today, we absolutely love it. Everyone loves the G80, and I mean it's also the benchmark. Every car maker that produces a car, it has to compete with the M3 because the M3 is just the baseline. They wanted to make it as good as an M3. That's what everyone is trying to do. Yeah, G80, insane piece of kit, and it's more focused on doing the two. You can drive it very comfortably, like I'm doing right now, or you can put it in M1 and start pushing it. Now, enough talking about history, let's park this thing up somewhere and do a little walk around, because the looks of this thing, you want to see this. It's quite cold, so I'm not going to make this too long, but let's do a quick walk around this incredible machine. I mean, the lines of the entire car get exposed so much better with the satin color, but let's look at all the options, because the main thing why we are here is because this car is dripping in Alpha N carbon fiber parts. And first of all, we have an Alpha N carbon fiber bonnet. And if you look at it from the side, there's like a way bigger power dome than the standard one, and this is completely from carbon fiber. And you see here the vents, these are functional as well, so the car can cope better with the heat that's being produced underneath the bonnet. And if you look at the details, this is partially left exposed carbon fiber and partially painted. This is a beautiful spec. Now over to the side we have the beautiful Alpha N carbon fiber fenders with the vents being left exposed carbon. And if you think, oh, it's just for looks, right? You're dead wrong. This is functional because from here I can see inside the wheel arch. So this also functional, makes the car better at dealing with the turbulence and the heat that's being created inside the wheel arch. Also left exposed, and the rest is painted in the same body color. The main piece for me, the most impressive piece for me, is this carbon fiber roof. And if you're a well-informed viewer, you will know that the M3 Touring doesn't come from factory with a carbon fiber roof. Now Alpha N didn't like that, luckily, so they made a piece to replace the entire roof. This is not just a carbon fiber overlay that you put on top of the roof. This is a complete replacement part. If you look closely, you will see that these lines are exactly the same as the OEM roof line of the BMW M3 Touring. So this is actually an insane piece of kit. We also have some M performance pieces like the wheels. So the champagne colored wheels together with the satin black color, I think it's a match made in heaven. We have the carbon ceramic brakes with endless braking pads. Apart from the Alpha M pieces and performance pieces, we also have some carbon fiber parts, but we have a front splitter, we have a very good looking side skirt, and we also have the diffuser. And talking about the back, it's a GP Products video, so obviously we have an Akrapovič exhaust. And talking about the Akrapovič, this isn't the only performance mod that has been done. At the front, we also have a magnificent matte intake, a matte Eventuri intake with the turbo inlet. So this thing sounds insane, performs insane, looks insane, but now I'm getting cold, so please get in the car with me and let's go for a drive. Generation, we also saw that some people were creating their own M3 Tourings out of them because BMW just didn't make it. I mean, the RS4 estate car looks very good. We had the C63 estate, insane car as well, but we never had an M3 Touring. So people started doing it themselves. But then for the G generation, the M3 Touring was introduced, and it's fair to say that this is a massive success because every day you see a couple on the road. And also quite a fun story, when this car was revealed, the world premiere, I drove it to the stage. I had to sign an NDA for that I didn't tell anyone about that. Now I can talk about it. I was one of the first guys to ever drive this thing. At 3 kilometers an hour, I have to say that, but I was one of the first guys to drive it on the stage, this car. So that's quite a cool bonus story. As you saw from the outside and with the walk around, this car has some CS badging all around. And it kind of is a CS, but not actually, because as you can see, we just have the comfort seats and not the carbon buckets as you see in the CS. But the badges are kind of justified because the chassis has all the CS components installed into it, and the gearbox has CS software. It's been lowered a little bit, so we have the exact same suspension setup as the CS. So it kind of is justified, kind of is not, but let me know what you think in the comments. Does this car deserve the CS badging or not? Now, apart from those modifications, well, yeah, this car isn't stock. We have an Akrapovič exhaust evolution line, and we have an Eventuri intake, turbo inlets, and in combination with all those, this car now, and with the tune obviously, this car now has 700 horsepower. But enough talking, let's put into M1 and let's have some fun. But before we wrap this video up, there's one more important thing I need to tell you guys about, and that is the fact that our GP Products portal is now live, finally. As an end customer, that's the place where you can browse our entire product range, you can see your prices, and as a dealer, this is the place where you can place your orders. So we have a 24/7 access and a more streamlined ordering process. So overall, a very nice step forward for our company. Now, whether you're a customer or a dealer, the GP portal is the place to be. Now, thank you very much for watching. I definitely enjoyed making this video and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, well, please press subscribe, press the like button, and I will see you next time.